Hey guys, JHub here bringing you another episode of MOAB on every map, and today's map is Vortex. Now this map just released on Elite Premium for Xbox users, and I've got to say it's probably one of the better maps that I've seen recently, and it just works perfectly. I mean, the spawns were not all over the place. They were like moving around, kind of like old school demolition from previous COD games, and it just seemed like they would move and rotate as one. So the setup I'm using is an L86 LSW with thermal and a silencer. My secondary is an MP9. My equipment is a Simtex and portable radar. 3 starting perks are Scavenger Pro, Quick Draw Pro, and Stalker Pro. Then I move into the Specialist with Sleight of Hand, Assassin, and Hardline All Pro. Now, I didn't just use my L86 the whole game. I did pick up the enemy's ACR, and I've got to say, this map is just pretty cool. Like, the whole tornado aspect in the background, I guess the map is kind of in a place of, there's a tornado in like the middle of the United States, and you're in a war zone type deal, but it kind of reminds me of like the movie Twister, I think it is, where it's like these storms go on a rampage and there's non-stop tornadoes everywhere. But I really do think this is one of the better maps I have seen released from Infinity Ward. Usually the maps come out and I try my best to get a MOAB on them day one, and after that I pretty much stop playing them. The spawns are usually terrible. Here, it's not the case. This is also in face-off. I'm playing 3v3, and it seems like they took all the face-off maps and allowed it to where they can have 3v3 now, because I saw that one of the first face-off maps that were released is now able to be played on 3v3. Also, this is not going to be the fastest MOAB that I've actually gotten. This is going to be one of the slower ones. This is actually the second game that I played on Vortex and face-off, and I really didn't know how to work the map. I knew that the spawns rotated like clockwise, it seemed like, so what I wanted to try to do was stay around the outside of the map, use cover as best I was. Now, the first game I played was full of snipers. I got up in the Specialist, I think, twice, and both the times I was killed by either a quick scope or across the map shot. So what I decided to do was to use the L86. It seems like the snipers had the right idea, but I didn't really think they were using the right weapon, especially on this map. So I put on thermal and a silencer, and I just started going ham with it. It helped pick off people across the map, especially when they weren't using assassin. It made things a whole lot easier. But basically, the weapons I would suggest to you to use for this map would be either machine guns or assault rifles, possibly snipers, but they're not really as effective, at least in my opinion, as a machine gun or assault rifle. It's kind of like long lines of sights. There's really not many actual close combat battles you're going to get into, so I really think you should stick to those weapons. Also, this wasn't the only map released today. There was 2 other face-off maps released. One was U-Turn and the other one was Intersection, along with, yes, Vortex. And there wasn't a normal 6v6 or ground war type map release, which kind of made me a little sad because I really like the bigger maps. I don't play face-off that much. Typically, people are rage quitting like crazy. You can't get a full game going and whatnot. But as you've already seen, we already went through one host migration. People already rage quit. We're going to have more come in. And then after that, there's another host migration because they rage quit again, which by that time, I've already got the MOAB. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off the ending of it. You'll have seen most of the kills and the MOAB by then. And we actually end the game in a tie. I think it was like 44 to 44 tags. Even though we were winning in the beginning, we did have actual good people come in later on, and they ended up coming back a little bit, but we actually managed to stop them from beating us. But other than the face-off maps being released today, there was also a Spec Ops mission that was released today. I think the name of it's like Arctic Recon. It's where you go onto the ship or something like that. I haven't played it yet. I might play it later, and if y'all want to see me actually do like a live commentary and playthrough of it, then just leave a comment down below and I will try my best to get it through. I might do it on normal difficulty, or if it's easy enough, I'll go ahead and do it on hard difficulty, show you how to do a run through of that Spec Ops mission. But other than those maps being released and the Spec Ops mission being released, there was also a couple other things that I wanted to mention in this video. Apparently, they decided to finally nerf Dead Man's Hand, supposedly. I was reading like some of the updates they did, because there was an update we had to get this morning, and it was like Dead Man's Hand radius was reduced by 25%. I think it should be about 50%. That thing is huge. It'll kill you like half the map away, and 25% reduction, okay, it's still going to blow you up when you're fairly far away. But anyways, at least it helps, and they also mentioned something about Blast Shield being stronger in hardcore. I really don't play hardcore, so I wouldn't know how it was in the first place, so I don't think that means much to me. But the other big thing that they supposedly fixed in the game was the Dragunov. That thing was terrible. It was horrible. I got on this morning before I decided to play these face-off maps, and I tested it out. And I've got to say, it has like the fire rate of the RSAS now, but the recoil on it is still pretty heavy. It kicks straight up now. There's not this whole sporadic pattern where it goes like diagonal and then kicks back the other way. It's pretty much in a straight line, but the fire rate is a whole lot faster, at least I think in my opinion. Before, it took me a little bit longer to empty the clip, but it seems like now the fire rate is, a little bit less than RSAS or equivalent to it. But regardless, the sniper is a whole lot better than it was before. I got it to level 28, and it was painful to do stuff during this double weapon experience week that we've had, and it's taken forever. But now that it's actually a little bit better than it was before, I might actually be able to get it gold now, which is something many people don't do. Many people don't even touch this thing, but it seems like it's a better rifle. As long as you can control the recoil, it shouldn't be a problem, because it seems like the first couple shots are fairly close to each other, and then when you start getting up to like your 6 or 7 shots, if you're non-stop spraying, it starts to get wider apart and it kicks up a whole lot higher. So as long as you either pull down on the trigger or just take it slowly, you'll be able to master this weapon in no time now. By this time in the gameplay, I was getting very defensive. These guys were looking at the scoreboard. They were seeing that I was high up on the kill count. I was getting close to the MOAB, so they decided to start rushing me, which may not be the thing you want to do when someone's on a MOAB streak. You don't want to rush them and feed them kills, especially if they have cover like I do. Right now, I could basically take on anybody without issues. One of them got smart. He tried to throw a grenade at me, but he kind of missed. It came up short, so it didn't hit me, but you'll see I'll take cover every time a grenade's thrown. If I see him, I try to drop into cover. That way, they can't shoot me as fast. But right here, 2 people take me on. I drop down, and I managed to get the MOAB, luckily. I mean, this is one of those times that I'm kind of happy that I got the MOAB. It wasn't the 5th game I played. It wasn't a couple hours into playtime after the map had dropped. This is actually the 2nd time. So I am very happy about this, and I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope this is going to give you a little bit more feel of the map. That way you can possibly do well on it the first time you play it, rather than going in and getting whooped by somebody who already knows how to play it. 2 videos you probably missed. The one on the left is the Rage Quit mob, where the enemy team was beating us and we were having trouble, but I managed to drop a MOAB on them, and they all rage quit, giving us a free win. The video on the right is the latest episode of Minecraft Monday. I give you a tutorial on how to build a wheat farm that'll help you out in your Minecraft world on the Xbox. A link to my Twitter will be down in the description in case you want to follow me to get into open lobbies or play with me on my Minecraft world. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Other than that, peace out.